It's Will Chu here, your financial engineer, and you know what day it is today? It's 2 Minute Tuesdays. Let's go, roll that intro. Alright, so the last 2 weeks of 2 Minute Tuesdays we were talking about gross yield and net yield. This week it's all about return on investment, or sometimes known as cash yield. What is it? How is it calculated? Why is it important? So let's start that counter. Return on investment sounds really complicated, but it's not. Think of it this way. Let's say that you've got $100. You don't know where to put this $100 to get the best return possible. You could either look at putting towards a term deposit, or you could look at putting it towards an investment property. So let's run the numbers and see what is the best return for that $100. So it's the money that you've put into an investment to get the maximum return possible. So how do you calculate return on investment? The formula is net operating income divided by the cash that you've invested in. So the top line is the same as the net yield calculation, where you take the annual rental income minus the annual operating expenses to run that investment property. And the bottom line is the cash that you've invested, as in the deposit, and then also if there are any renovation costs to bring up the investment property to a healthy standards. Let me give you an example of how you can calculate return on investment. Let's say that you found a property that cost $800,000 and the cash invested to buy this property is 20% deposit, so you've invested $160,000, and assuming that there is no renovation cost. And then the annual rental income came out to be $39,000. The operating expenses came out to be $25,700. So the top line of the formula is $39,000 minus $25,700 divided by $160,000, which is the cash that you've invested in. That comes out to be 8.3% on your return on investment, because you've put in $160,000 and the return on buying this investment property is going to be 8.3%. So is 8.3% a good number? Well, if you compare it to a term deposit rate where the current 1 year rate is 0.85%, and we've just calculated 8.3% on this investment property, I know where I'm going to be parking my $160,000. Not only that, I'll also be getting the capital gain. Return on investment is actually a very powerful formula. There's a lot of information that you can actually get out of it. For example, the mortgage interest rate in the operating expenses has the biggest impact on this formula. For some people who want certainty on their investments, they could actually look at locking in that 5-year rate, which is 2.99% over 5 years, to give them that certainty on that investment property. No different when you're looking at investing in a term deposit for either a 1 year, 3 year or 5 year term. So now that you've got gross yield, net yield and return on investment, you can make a much better decision when you buy this investment property. I hope you got really good value out of this. I really do enjoy making these videos, so thumbs if you liked it, subs if you loved it. Thanks, and I'll see you guys next week.